And they're the death and destruction people. And then there's the actual humans, the last creation of the gods, and excel at intelligent jobs and are decent farmers. And then there are these people who are territorial and bloodthirsty guardians of the six forests. Those are actual elves. But we're just gonna do Praetorian. I guess that's the world map layout. I think I'm just gonna go back to default. Let's do a huge map. Latitude normal. Go. Yeah, and the epic battles are actually in the game now. They weren't in the game the last time I played. The epic battles. They just weren't in the game. Okay, so we don't want to settle too close to other people. This area seems kind of open. So this kind of gives us an idea of what deposits are here. And, you know, we don't want to, like, settle right on a mountain, but we do want there to be some deposits here or we're going to have problems. And it's very possible to, like, settle somewhere that's like, yo, there's nothing here. Like how there's just, like, a fortress on that tiny little island. The one problem I've always had with this game, and this won't show up on the stream, but I do see it, is I've always had a shit ton of screen tearing for some reason. I've always had just, like, shit tons of screen tearing. And there's, like, these big-ass deserts. So if you settle at, like, the base of a mountain, it's going to have a lot more resources from what I can tell. Where's that other mountain? This one. That has a lot of everything. Maybe we should just do that. Plenty of people, too. It's temperate. There's a little bit of a river there. We could do like this. Like right on the edge of a river. Pretty fertile. Decently fertile. There's no ocean. There is a bit of a river. Decent amount of open land. Lots of forests, not a lot of open land. This is still in early access, yeah. But this is one of those games where it's like, it's in early access, but it's probably gonna be in early access for a long time. And even when it's not in early access, it's still just kind of in early access. But like I said, it has a demo, and you'll get a pretty damn good idea of what you're getting into when you try the demo. Let's try this. So either my stream is gonna crash in about 5 seconds, or this will be just fine. It was just fine last night when I tested it, so fingers crossed. It'll be just fine. Yeah, like RimWorld. I mean, it's the same kind of thing where it's like, it's a structure for a game that's pretty open and available to be tacked onto, right? We've got these kind of underground deposits that we are aware of. And then these above ground deposits that we're also aware of, but we want to be close-ish to water. These kind of squares are resources that are on the map, so like resource-heavy areas that are like not recommended, but like better for us to settle in. So I think that we are going to settle closer to this river and work our way up there. Well, once I click this button is when the game would crash previously. So I had this problem where when I placed the throne, it would crash OBS. That's not a sad thing, Phoebe, but we're not going to discuss why Dwarf Fortress will or will not be in early access, because I've had that discussion 1,000 times with people. So fucking tired of it. Did it crash my stream? No? Okay. Excellent. So I need to make farms. Let's make farms. Farms and hunters. Agriculture. Farms. Fruit farm. Vegetable farm. Let's just do a 16 by 16 farm for our first vegetables. And start the game up slowly. And I'm going to do something real quick, and then I will continue. I'm just going to mute myself for a mo. It is impressive, yeah. Indeed impressive that I was able to crash OBS with a Java game. Well, it's not that it would crash OBS, it's it would disconnect me from Twitch when I would place the throne. Do not know what that is. This is Songs of Six. Cutest. This is indeed Songs of Six. A game that is very requested that I stream more of. And a game that's very slow when you play it at this speed, but I'm going to be playing it at this speed for a little bit because I like it. I'll speed up a little bit. It's like this game has 3 speeds. Excruciatingly slow, normal, and ludicrous speed. And there's like no in between. I kind of wish that there was like one more speed above this speed, but slower than this speed. Looks beautiful. It kind of does. It has a demo, so you should try it if you think it looks beautiful. It's on Steam in early access. I'm getting another phone call from that spam caller. That's wonderful. I swear to Christ. Blocked another number. Phones. They're terrible technology. We should abolish them. Hell yeah, Alien Slayer. I might be yelling at you for assistance. I finally got around to testing if this game would crash OBS last night, and it didn't, and I was happy about that. So while they're working on that, I'm going to queue up a second one. I'm going to queue up a fruit farm. It's going to be the same size. Boop. Started a new run recently yourself? I mean, this is my first one since April, so it's been a while. Let's make a... Hunter, which I'm assuming needs to be a little further away from things, but not that much further away, so let's just... Whoop. Make a little 5x5 building. Nothing super huge. Do need a door. And a workbench. And an auxiliary station. And boop. And they'll get to that later. We also need to make some form of housing. We also need to, fell trees and all that jazz. Quite a bit of trees. Keeps blurring and sharpening every few seconds. I'm not getting errors on my end. What quality are you watching at, Garuto? Need to make an automatic woodcutter eventually. So that produces wood. You're a carpenter, jeweler, masonries, bakeries, miners, all that stuff. I think that we need to make ourselves some housing. It's that, like, let's run through everything and remind me. Earth. Kryptonian breeder. Is that literally just like... Let's make a brothel? I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Well, lavatory, food, eatery, service, dormitory. That's what I was looking for. But looking at my stream, it looks fine on my end. So if you're having problems, I'm not entirely sure what that could be. I can drink this. There you go. Stuck at 40. That would do it. Yeah, 40p is not great. Yeah, definitely, like, because, like, I stream at 1080p, right? So it's like, if you're seeing blurring, like, check your quality levels. It's definitely what you want to look at first. Coziness 0%. Knickknacks. Increases coziness, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there you go. All right, so we need to extend the size of this a little bit. Add in some knickknacks. Whatever the heck a knickknack is. There we go. Well, that'll be our first dormitory. We will make. We'll have to make a nicer throne room in the future, too. But yeah, this is a pretty slow, leisurely paced game at this speed, which I quite enjoy. What do you guys need currently? What? They're having leisure time. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. I could also start building roads. We'll just start off with dirt roads. It actually tells you the routes at which people are using, which I think is kind of neat. It's one of the features about this game that I actually really like, is where it's just like, yo, let's just show you what areas people are frequenting. There's some rock around, so this is the clear rock job. You can use this for masonry later down the line. And they get back to work because they're done their leisure time. But let's just let them work on these farms first. Eventually they get back to work. And they will, of course, you know, clear farmland and stuff. But yeah, no, this game's been in early access for a bit, and they put out patches at a pretty good clip. Like, this is a game that gets a patch out, like, once a month or so. They have a pretty detailed roadmap with the stuff that they've been working on and what they are putting into the game next. It's pretty easy to keep up with it. Well, one thing like that doesn't really make me come back to this game, though, is how much of a city builder it really feels like playing, and less of a colony game. Like, I don't really feel a lot of attachment to the game itself. Like, it runs as kind of a... It's like a city in SimCity to me. It's less of something that I necessarily want to come back to. Which, you know, is fine, but it means that I'm not going to be super duper attached to whatever I'm doing in the game. It's just like, well, that's something that I can come back to later. Or it's not, that's just something that I can just put away and forget about and not feel bad about. It's definitely how I feel about this game. And good day, Faulted. How are we? So currently we only have 10 people. It's 14 degrees above zero. 18, it's nice and warm. Guess we're kind of in like the summery season. Or we're in spring. Man, it is warm. Unless that's a Fahrenheit, but I would assume this game's in Celsius. That's flowers blooming. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. You're doing good? Good to hear, man. How's the holiday season been for you so far? Queue up another farm. I'm going to queue up a grain farm, actually. A little bit of a ways down here. And we're going to make this one a lot longer because it's a grain farm. We're going to put it all the way down to the water. You can also terraform water and redirect water. When I was watching Evil Trick, he had like this... Whoopsies. He had this huge like agriculture area which completely consumed the entirety of a lake. It was neat as hell to look at. The one thing that this game really excels at is just making cool-ass looking cities. Like, things just end up looking awesome in this game, kind of almost regardless of how you end up going about it. Just ends up looking awesome. I just wish I didn't have issues with screen tearing. Just wish I didn't have issues with screen tearing. And then as your city gets nice looking, more people show up. That kind of thing. It's that kind of thing. If you look at the trailer, there's huge battles. This was at one point up on itch. I don't know if it is now, but the original demo I actually played was on itch. Only downside is you have a bedroom that is very full of presents for family. Why is that a downside? I haven't done any gift shopping, and I have no idea what the hell to do for gift shopping this year, Tiny. I get it cramped. Yeah, I have no idea what the hell I'm going to do for gift shopping this year. I think, like, I'm going to get my sister's games, but there's other people that are going to be at Christmas, and I don't know what to do for them at all. At all. We're going to need to make a carpenter shop to start making planks. Carpenters and a mason shop. We also need a storage hall, is pretty important. So the little peoples just kind of divvy themselves up between jobs pretty efficiently. There's dirt roads, stone road, dire roads, which are evil roads, and then fancy roads. We're just gonna make dirt roads. Like, really, we're just gonna make dirt roads. That's gonna be kind of our main road. I'm big into main road. That's gonna go all the way down to here, and I kind of want this to go across this river at some point, but they do move considerably quicker when on roads. Wait, why can't you read books on the subway, cutest? What's stopping you from reading books on the subway? Is it too dark or something? I may have gotten a little too ambitious initially with my constructions. You have... What, 57 of 74, and you need some furniture. So in order for that to finish, which I saw coming and predicted earlier, I'm gonna need a wood cutter. And I want to say... Oh, we also need a warehouse. For fact, we need a warehouse. Let's build us a warehouse. Which is going to be rather large. Build you not that big. You 14 by 8. How's that? There we go. That'll do. I'll just be doors on here, here, and here, and here. Top side and back side as well. We can have roads go up and around that. And then we can later double this inside just to over here, because we'll need to do that eventually. But this can be just filled with crates. You can actually increase the size of the crates. I think that's the maximum. Oh, no, that's the maximum. All right, so we'll build some crates in here. So these need to be accessible from at least one angle. I can shrink the crates a bit. Must be part of the room. Oh, we'll do that. I could probably cram more in there, but for right now, we'll leave it. Which I have more than enough stuff for. And we also need... crafting carpenter. So this takes wood and makes furniture. Door. door. And add more doors later. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Plop you in there. Let's see how small I can make the auxiliary station. That's only 70. Okay. So if I... That should do it. Perfect. I think that'll work. Oh, it's 15 minutes instead of 40, so you just don't have the... like time in the trip to actually put it into working. I can understand that. So there's like copy, room copier, planning, active jobs, planning. Saved room blueprints, all that jazz. Sweet. I kind of know what I'm going to do, so I almost never use planning things even when they are available. I think this is what we actually need to get done. Is there a way to, like, increase the priority of something? I thought that there was. There might not be. You know, no offense, Faulted, but you're talking to somebody who is an astrophysicist. I'm pretty sure Cutest is good at reading fast. It's just less reading is the actual issue. It's not like I think speed. There's just not enough time in the day now to get as much reading done, I think is the actual issue. You know, it's funny. I was like reading an article here, or at one point, about how we need to segment our days as people. And a lot of people, when their commute gets... A lot of people get sadder when their commute gets shorter if they take public transit specifically, because people want... you're a plasma physicist? Same thing. A lot of people get sadder when their commutes get shorter specifically because they want time to relax and be leisurely whilst on public transit. Speed up time a little bit here. Get this right done. Power through. Come on, people. It's kind of sad that they prioritize the road. Maybe they go by distance. It might just be distance. Are pretty insane. Well, plasma physicist to me is virtually identical. So you guys are, all of you smart people who went to school for more than 12 years are insane. I personally find reading on public transit to be completely impossible because it just makes me nauseous. Reading in a moving vehicle is literally impossible. So I got very good at listening to stuff while I was on public transit. That's why I listen to so many podcasts. Because podcasts, I can zone them out for periods of time and pay attention to where I'm at and not actually pay attention to the podcast and be okay. But, you know, with an audiobook, I want to listen to it the whole time. To see if you could read a book on public transit, I get you. I read books on my sofa. It's the only place I can really read books, and I have to read very slowly with a microphone. What? Magnifying glass. Because my eyes don't work, and I'm a broken human being. Can't wait until we get this storage up and running. It's going to make things much faster. This game is all about productivity. Poggers, as the kids say. Them kids and their pogs. Thought those were a fad from the 90s. I guess that just proves that I'm old, eh? It's like, oh man, a deer died in the ocean? Or wild boar, I guess? This is one of those games that just, like, names things whatever because they can. Entelodont. Entelodont. Ferocious four-legged mammal. An entelodont can both feed a family for several days, as well as inspire fear in the hearts of hunters. Huh. It's an ox, I guess? Is this game really poggers, though? Boo? Or are you just saying that to make me feel good? Switch to podcasts, much easier? Hell yeah. Podcasts are great, Alton. Absolutely great. Mr. Anderson. I saw you follow me the other day and I wanted to make a Matrix joke. So I decided to wait until you spoke. But hello, Mr. Anderson. Welcome back. You know, I'm so sad that, like, I haven't seen the second trailer, so maybe they do that, but I haven't seen any, like, lines or references in the most recent Matrix trailer of, welcome back, Mr. Anderson. I want that so bad! Anyway, hi, what's up? Is my vision getting worse? I don't have pigmentosa, but what I do have is coloboma of the retina and the iris in both eyes. My eyes are degrading in vision every year, yes. But that's not specifically to do with coloboma. Oh, they do? I kind of don't want to see the other trailer because, like, I saw the first trailer and I was like, this is very good and I'm excited. I'm kind of good. It comes out, like, on Christmas. Oh, by the way, chat, part of the reason why I'm taking, like, 4 days off at the end of the month is because I just want to watch The Matrix. That is part of it. I don't really have time to watch, like, 2-3 hour movies on days where I stream, but, like, on days off, you bet. It's an appropriate name for you. Is your name Mr. Are you a Mr. Anderson in real life or something? Because, man, watching that movie while being a Mr. Anderson must be pretty cool. Can't lie. Gotta be pretty cool. It's like me playing Amnesia 1 with my friend named Daniel. First time I played it. First time I played the first Amnesia was with my friend named Daniel. And whenever the big bad in that game went, Daniel, it was always great. I just remember, Morpheus is dead. Faulted. And if you don't believe me, go look up this little video game called The Matrix Online, which is canon. Morpheus is dead and has been dead for, like, decades in the in-game canon. You don't care? He's dead, man. There was an actor who died, like, during it was the Oracle. She died between the filming of the first and third movies. The Oracle's dead, and they replaced her so they can replace Lawrence Fishburne. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. It's just like a band that you like getting a new drummer. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. He's busy doing whatever the fuck he's doing. I don't know what he's doing, but you know, frankly, they got Keanu Reeves. They got, like, the kind of the main two. They got Neo and Trinity, so I'm good. Got Neo and Trinity, so I'm good. Yeah, because she died. Legit, that's the reason she changed between the first and second movies, because she's dead. Or is it the second and third movie? I think it's actually the second and third movie. I don't know. I mixed the three of them up because they're all just one beautiful piece in my heart. Also, I want to check something. I'm curious. I'm going to try turning those off. I wonder if it'll help my screen tearing. Because I'm curious. That's kinda, a little bit. This is such I still can't wrap around in my brain that this game runs on Java. Of all fucking things, this game runs on Java. It's so weird. Love that games and the animatrix and everything is canon. It's how you run a fictional universe. The problem is all of the games are bad. But like, yes, I agree. That's how you run a fictional universe. Also, it's a problem because all of the games are bad. No, that's Yappa. This runs on Java. Yeah, right, Aurelian? This game runs in Java. It's the weirdest thing ever, because like the old school Java logo pops up for a few seconds when I turn this game on. It's like, what is this? Am I playing RuneScape and is this 2006? What universe am I in right now? It's kind of how it feels. It's very strange. There we go. We almost done. There we go. Our carpenter is up and running, meaning we can now finally make furniture. They start bringing wood in and going over there. You don't assign any jobs. They just kind of do them as they need doing. This game's got pretty efficient auto labor. Python was my first programming language. I know that Java was a lot of people's first programming language, but Python was mine. And I discovered very quickly I hated programming. And then I tried two other programming languages, C and Java, and hated both of them. And decided I was never going to do programming again. And I never did. I do like programming synthesizers, though. ZX Spectrum Basic was your first. Damn! This game is interesting, and it has a demo. Although, keep in mind that the demo for this game, Mark, is like a year behind in development. Because the dev launched the demo when they launched the game in early access on Steam, and then never developed the demo further. And only developed the game. So the demo gives you a really good idea of what you can do in the game, but is significantly less polished. So just realize that the demo is like just a worse version of this game. All right, so they're getting fruit going. Is there like a scavenge button? I want to say that there is. Harvest all wild edibles. There we go. Let's harvest all the wild edibles, chat. Because we need seeds. And soon we're going to need cotton for textiles. Watching me is good enough. I mean, you can play the demo for free. That's the point of a demo, I think, right? What the fuck is that? It's a Smildon, a deadly fast killing machine. Oh, that's lovely. Is it going from a people? I hope not. I haven't lost anybody, so. None of this information means anything to me. I know that they want all of these things, so. None of this information means anything to me. That's not totally true. Some of it means something to me. You have to take a shower now? You could just go skinny dipping in the lake, which the people in this game do all the damn time, and it's kind of hilarious. The amount of pain you feel right now is too damn high. Why? Because this game is running in Java? The developer for this game puts up like 12, 13-minute long videos every time there's a major update. I've always wanted to talk to him because I've always just wanted to be like, so who hurt you? Yeah, this game runs in Java, Commander. It's wild, isn't it? like genuinely, that's why I want to do an interview on this game with the dev of this game. It's just so I could just be like, who hurt you? Are you okay? Do you need mental support? Not quite that mean, but like, who hurt you is a genuine question I have. Okay, so we are planting our fields. We still need some grains. Because they have to program in Java. No, I know lots of people use Java. It's just, I don't know. It's like that city builder that I played that runs in HTML. Why? It's like, yeah, you could do it. Just go look up the game City State. City State 1. I don't know about the sequel that just came out, but City State 1 runs in HTML5. And, like, it's fine. The game is totally playable and fine. But it's a city builder that runs in HTML. Why? Of all of the languages you could choose to run a... Yes, but Minecraft has, like, terrible issues. No, absolutely. That's exactly. They use the language that they know. But it's like, I spoke with the developer of Soul Ash, right? And his whole mythos was, well, I'm going to make a game, so I'm going to spend 6 months learning how to program in this language so that I can make it optimally. And then spend another 5 months making all of the code bases for the game. And then start developing the game. Like, that's how he works, right? But it always blows my mind when it's just like, all right, we'll just make it work in whatever language we know. And it's, I mean, sure, but it's like you could, I don't know. It's like if I were to make a video game, I would try and figure out the optimal way of making that video game so that I don't hate myself in 5 years. But yes, what Athros said. Athros is totally correct. They're just using the language that they know, which is... totally fair. Rather than just making the game. Yep, that is also true. Athros. Also, hi, Cucumber. What's up, dude? I was going to say, I know some C#. I remember some C#. I don't remember any Java. And I did spend more time learning Java. So I don't know what that says about it, but I will say that Java is more memorable than, or C# is more memorable than Java, that's for sure. C# is indeed more memorable than Java. All right, I need to be digging into the land here. Dig canal. So let's cut out all this. Bonk. Writing endless strings of nothing. Yep, that sounds like programming. That for sure sounds like programming. There's a bunch of other races in the game now. Since I last played. Like, these guys are new. I think humans are new. These are also new. When I started, it was just these guys, which are like the vegetarian land farmers. They're kind of like hobbits, I guess. And then centaurs, which are like the weird golem people. And then these guys. So these three are all new. There's 3 new races in the game now, which is... I need to find the button to accept immigrants. Will remain immigrants for about a year. My total population currently. Currently it's 10. 10 citizens. 0 slaves. That button means. Trying to remind myself what all of this UI means. Because there's a lot of it. 1.3% is our crime rate. Great. Python is for crashing computers if you're me using it. Because that's all I ever figured out how to do in Python is how to crash a computer. How do you break things? Python. The simple way. All right, what do we still need for this? I kind of wish they just finished this. Can I increase the priority of you? Guess not. I just really want them to finish this. There's probably just too many jobs going on. Love the little animations, though. Yeah. This is the carpenter. Go into the lurk mode for a bit? Alrighty. Then they bring the furniture over here, but they need the furniture to be done. Which is going to pop up along here somewhere, I think. But this is all stuff that's in storage, and because my storage isn't done yet, then nothing is actually showing up in here. But they are working on it. Bringing more wood in. See? They're also bringing stone in. Which they have to get from pretty far away. So that's probably why this is taking so long. Meeting time? Have fun. 11 a.m. And I'll be here when you get back, Cucumber. Appreciate the lurks. There isn't enough people around to perform all of the jobs that I've queued up. Quite literally is the problem that I'm having right now. I queued up more jobs than we have. Just wait until I build a toilet in this game, and then you get to hear the developer going constantly, which is the best part of this game. Also, Omega Zeta, what up? It's good to see you. Hello, how are you? We are just getting started, and I'm very rusty. So if things are a little slow or poorly done or incorrect, I apologize. My ration's interesting. Got livestock? What kind of livestock? Like I guess they're in cages, maybe? Pigs in a cage, maybe? Once this is done, our life's gonna be so much better. Here we go. It's almost finished. It's finished. Come on. Come on. Once this is done, our lives are gonna be so much better. Because then we're just gonna have a central place for everything to be stored. Also, they're digging canals here. They're just starting to dig out this piece of land because I kind of just want it to be flat with my fields kind of all the way along the river. So that's the way that we're gonna do that. But like, allow me to remind you, to anybody who's only just tuning in, just how big this game is. So this is us right here, right? That's still us. That's us. So this is the map. So that is us on the map right there, right? So this is just the map that we are building on currently. Investments are open if you want to invest your tickets. Then if I click on this button, that is us. That is us. That is us. It's a pretty big game. And kind of like Dwarf Fortress. You know how I always applaud Dwarf Fortress for having a simulated world? It's got a simulated world. There's things moving around. An economy happening in the background. Clouds floating. That actually cause storms in the places that they hit. So, this game's cool. Maybe a little clunky, but it's cool. And the last time I played it, a lot of the features that were planned / promised weren't even remotely close to being in the game yet, so I just kind of opted to wait half a year. Because, for example, like combat wasn't in the game proper. Like there was a way where you could test it using a debug mode, but like it wasn't in the game yet. So I was like, well, I'm gonna wait like half a year. And I think that's gonna be the way that I'm gonna do this game from now on, is like once every 6 months I'll check in. Because like I said, it does play a lot more like a city builder. You're not gonna get the same level of story kind of going on. But when my teammate Evil Trick played this, he kind of described it as it's like RimWorld Factorio. It's like scale. All scale. Everything is scale because you'll have 10,000 people by the end of a playthrough. If you're playing right. So you're not going to have the intimate storytelling and lore generation of Dwarf Fortress, which is why I like Dwarf Fortress. But what you are going to have is you are going to have scale! Large amounts of things. So if you like large amounts of things, this is a game for you, potentially. And like I said, try the demo, because the demo gives you a pretty good idea of what the game's going to play like, even though it's very underdeveloped compared to the rest of the game. But I'm doing pretty well, Omega Zeta. I didn't shower this morning, which is very unfortunate. But I got 3 spam callers, and I'm apparently going to prison. So, because I didn't give them Bitcoin. So that's how my day's been. I ate a boiled egg and a toast and an orange for breakfast, which was delicious, and a handful of blueberries. And I am looking forward to the rest of the day. We're gonna play a bunch of this and maybe some other things later. And yeah, that's the plan. Looks like they are tending to the fields. One of my favorite things about this game, and it's actually one of the things that I love about the Anno franchise, is look at the size of those fields. We only have 10 people right now. Our population is 10. Look at the size of those fields. They're going to like quintuple in size and just keep growing. Like the fields are actually like a realistic size, which I love. It's easily my favorite feature about this game is just how big the farms get. How quickly they get big. Also, look at them just like skinny dipping. I just go take baths in the river. Mine tell me that I've ordered a package that contains illegal material using my identification, and I'm going to go to prison. So apparently records are illegal, guys, because those are the only... Records and a synthesizer are the only packages I have in the mail right now. One of them is coming from Amazon, and the rest are all coming from Germany, and none of them are using the USPS, which is allegedly the package I ordered used. So, you know, it's nice that the police give me a 4-day warning before arresting me, clearly. Taylor B, what's up? It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Rip the tickets. Sorry, Stone. I need to pour me more coffee. Did I end up getting that synthesizer? I did indeed get a Arturia Mini Brute 2S, which will be my toy that I will play with probably off stream for a very long time, and then maybe at some point do some stuff on stream with it. Okay, after we do this, we got to get a well and a toilet set up. Water in an eatery. Foodstuffs. Not necessarily in that order. It always confuses me that 1 is pause, 2 is slow, 3 is medium, and 4 is fast. I always expect spacebar to be pause, but it's not in this game. It perplexes me. Huh. 1-to-1 image of your settlement and save it in the screenshot folder. Interesting. There's a photo mode in this game. Everybody needs some new toys every now and again. Although the actual scary thing is I learned that Mutable Instruments Elements is back in stock. As of, like, today. Which is a very expensive synthesizer module that I really want. But I'm not going to buy it because I know for a fact I don't have the money for it. Even though I do want it. Alright, so we just brought in a new person because I just realized how to do that. So let's bring in the new workers. We now have 15 people. I'm going to wait on you, though, and I know that you're not going to be super happy. Actually, you might be kind of happy. They are territorial and bloodthirsty guardians of the 6 forests and are perfectly suited to tend to forestry and animal husbandry and dispensing swift death alike. They are no strangers to cannibalism. Fun. So those are basically like wood elves from DF. But we got some new workers now. Broken audio mixer for around $2. Lots of circuit parts inside of it. You love making and testing circuits. How is that ranting? That is like a very short sentence. No need to apologize. You're all good. Bonk. That's gonna be our road. We're going to need to copy paste this a couple times, I think, because this sleeps 6 and we have 15 people. Bigger versions of that. But yeah, no issues with ranting. We like rambles and chats in this chat room, so rambles and ranting is actually appreciated, believe it or not. We are going to build. The neat thing about this game that they don't actually tell you is you can actually just like build structures and then just place the stuff inside of them. So if you want to do everything, every single building in this game, instead of in a bunch of small buildings, you could actually do everything in one giant building if you wanted. Which they don't tell you initially, but you figure that out over time and you're like, oh, this is interesting. Also make a cotton farm. Also gonna need some animal husbandry pretty soon. But allegedly I have livestock. We also need an eatery. So actually, you know what? Let's do an eatery first. Eatery. Oh, interesting. They gray out the ones that you can't make, which is neat. Eatery will use Eatery will use pots and raw foods to create tasty meals. So let's increase that. Let's see how big we can make it. Always try and like crank things up to way too large in this game. It's way too tempting to not. That'll require 9 workers total, but that's fine. Gotta pre-prep for scale. I can also put a door right there and a door right there so they can just run back and forth between these buildings. I think that'll work that way. I think that'll work that way. So chat, does anybody here play this? What should I be focusing on early? Because this is what I remember the game telling me to do previously, but kind of building a big-ass central road, kind of getting an idea of where we're going to build going forward. Eventually, we're going to need to work our way over to these mines, though. It's kind of neat that they show you where the ore veins are in advance. I think these are caves. Pretty sure these are caves. But advance to the feudal age. Yeah, and then build more clubmen, right? And then stop building clubmen, right? That's how you do that. I've played Age of Empires. I understood that reference. Then we make the holy men, and they go, "Wololo," and then the bad guys become ours, and then we win. After you type in die a bunch. Because they actually won. And you just didn't want to. You want to get this game? That's what made you want to get this game? It is interesting. I mean, this is actually like my make good, because what I really wanted to do today is I wanted to play War Tales, which they ironically approved my request for a key 20 minutes ago. I was like, I wonder if they sent me a key for that yet. Looks like they just did. So I actually have a Steam key for War Tales now. I could actually play that. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow or tonight. Are there trebuchets though in this? That I have no knowledge of. I will be completely honest with you. Zero knowledge of. I mean, for whatever it's worth, I could show you like the trailer of this game. Because that has visuals of the combat. Admittedly, much older versions of the game. You can see some of the graphics are different. But let's just jump to the combat. There you go. You know, the combat. What is endgame? I don't know. I've never seen it. Have I considered playing Factorio? I can't stand conveyor belt games. It's a movie by Marvel. This is true. A movie by Disney? But I have not played a shit ton of this game, so I cannot tell you. I do not have the information. I have 12 hours in this game, including the hour I played today. Yeah, I couldn't tell you what the end game for Songs of Six is because I haven't seen it. I made it pretty far in, but the last time I streamed this game, I had a lot of crashing issues with OBS because of this game. So that prevented me from seeing a lot of the super endgame stuff. But those issues seem to have been resolved. It's good. Better sound. Boom. But yes, apologies for not being more helpful, but I'm not going to make up information I don't have. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Also, it's 6, not sticks. STYX is a band. SYX is a video game that I'm playing right now. Songs of Sting is the vocalist of The Police, I would think. I read that as my crime rate for a second. I was like, why did my crime rate go up to 40%? No, it's just 40 degrees Celsius outside. Jeez. Go skinny dip more, lads. Probably need it. Imagine it's just like, yo, you're in this brand new settlement now. Now build a fucking road. Me too. Tele, I don't have answers for you, unfortunately. Although, see, this is the benefit of watching me, is I will be like, I don't know. Whereas other people might just be like, yeah, the endgame for this game is very good and very detailed and has lots of gameplay. Buy it. Here's a referral link. You ask me what endgame is, and I look how they need to weed fields. Like, I love the little details in this game. It's neat. Yes, because we don't have air conditioning in Canada. So it actually is hell, and people die, in fact. When we hit 44 this past summer due to the heat wave, the death toll was in the almost the thousands for a bit there. It was like 800 people a day or something. So, yeah, it's very funny of you to joke about that. Why? Because we live in Canada, where it's not supposed to be this hot. And our houses are designed to keep heat in, not expel heat, because we live somewhere where it's cold, normally. I reported the bug and the crash reports and sent it to the dev, and they responded with a okay, we'll fix. And then I never heard anything again. Never saw anything in the patch notes, which is why I didn't come back to the game sooner. But I tested it last night, and all of the things that caused crashes previously didn't now. So, well, I mean, I'm just saying it's real funny of you to mock before you ask, right? So instead of making the shitty joke and getting your nose poked over it, think about it first, right? Think about what you say. Words have power. There's the old saying of sticks and stones. It's true, but also think before you speak. Maybe you just learned something. We can all be better for it. But, like, legit, a lot of people died here. Temperatures are rising around the world, so you'll see more of that too. Climate change. It sucks. Nobody likes it. No storage for produce. I see the problem. If fetch is toggled, the delivery man will fetch this resource from other stockpiles. Okay. Well, they should be able to harvest this now. Turn that down because we're +6. Yeah, that's actually a pretty small number. Let's turn you down. Let's turn you down. You up a little bit. You up a little bit. You up a little bit because we're going to need all of these. Actually put that up a little bit. rations, which we can put in there too. Which is what we need those to be. Eventually we'll need cotton, but that's not too pressing. We need this stuff done first. But yeah, no, the heat pressure dome was a rough couple of months. It was on and off from about the end of June until the end of August. We'd have like about a week at a time where we would spike up to the low 40s or high 30s in Celsius. And yes, it was actually hell. I personally, I have a small air conditioner in my apartment, which keeps about a quarter of my apartment cool, but it was tough. There was lots of stories about people having like multiple cold showers a day with their dogs to keep their dogs from dying. Stuff like that. You know, it was fun. It was fun. Just like temperatures are something that like we need to be worrisome about and thoughtful about when we make fun of, because it's like it does like legitimately affect people. I know somebody whose cat disappeared during that time too. For unknown reasons. Odds are pretty good it didn't make it. So. Shit's scary. Right. Roads are getting built slowly. Kind of tempted to just cancel the last of it, but yeah, we'll speed up time and finish it. And once we get this done, I think we'll do a well, which I'm going to try and just put somewhere around here. And we also need a campfire so that they have somewhere to just hang around. And also put lights in. Hearth. Keeping your subject warm in cold winters so they don't just like die. So this is a outdoor building. I'm just gonna put one right there. Which they actually don't need that much stuff for, so that'll build pretty quick. Because we are kind of getting to that time of year. Or we are like, you know, powering through years. It's nice for them to have somewhere to stay. So we're already in year 2. Time actually moves pretty quick in this game, so. Is this helipad? What? Is that a helipad? Yes, that is a helipad. Helicopters are going to land here. We're going to take off into space. I apparently just got an achievement. You couldn't even see the mountains in the distance because the air was so full of dust. I was in a car getting 100 kilometers an hour. And with the windows open, like, you could normally be pretty chilly, but nope, not really. Yeah, no. It's just a gust of hot wind, like a hot air blower. Pleasant. Tis unpleasant. So we're gonna bring in some more people. I'm not gonna bring in the big blue guys though for a while. I know that they will be very unhappy. Can also bring in 6 more of you. Helping hands is helpful. Don't want to flood our food ability though. That's kind of the concern. We need pots, so I'm assuming we need pottery. Which probably needs something else. Probably needs something else, which probably needs something else, which is welcome to this video game. This building requires 3 of this building, which requires 3 of this building, which requires 5 of this building, which requires 2 of this building, which requires 3 of this building, which requires 1 of this building, etc. Must not cut off part of room. Okay, so these are pretty space dependent. It's 12 workers. It's not quite maximum efficiency. 70% efficiency. 85. But that blocks the doorway. 100% efficiency. There we go. Assuming we can get 12 workers in there, which we don't have enough for, but that's fine. They can build it first. But, Jelf, I'm assuming that that's either a joke about the helipad or you don't realize what like kind of time period. This game is kind of like a medieval fantasy type deal. So, no, that is not a helipad. Sorry to disappoint. Let's go. I mean, what was the name? What's the name of that one game? There is a video game that's like kind of medieval, but also there's dudes with guns, and I can't remember the name of it now. Or like all of those games are like it's or like all those animes where it's like it's medieval, but there's mechs. Those are good animes. Those are the only animes I like. It's medieval, but it's mechs. I should watch Samurai 7 again. One of the like 3 or 4 anime I actually liked. Rust. I've never played Rust. Fun fact. I've never even seen. True story. I've never actually seen gameplay of Rust. And I call myself a content creator. I'm an influencer who doesn't know what Rust is. Do you know what Rust is? I don't actually. In fact. I may need to gather more stone. There's a programming language called Rust? Today I learned. I mean, considering this game runs on coffee, allegedly. I mean, today I learned. I just learned about a programming language called Rust. Thank you, Maxon. Under Alien. We are running kind of low on rations, though. Which I am a little worried about. Yeah, never heard of that one, Aqua. But then again, generally, if you can say, there's this weird anime, I've never heard of it and won't like it. If a sentence that you have to say starts off with, there's this weird anime, I probably would be interested. Generally, I find that books on programming are kind of irrelevant. But maybe that's just me. Because, like, the first time I tried to learn to program was literally a book, and it's like, well, this is super outdated. So this is a campfire pit, basically. And they always end up just being super outdated in my experience. But infrastructure. We're going to need a janitor. We're going to need all of these eventually. Let's build a well. Oh man, I was kind of hoping I could cram the well in there. Could put it up here though without too much issue. Well, should be like in the middle of the road, right? That's how that works. My world, it does. They can like bathe and shit up there. Then we need to make a toilet's house. We must obtain pottery to be able to use this building. Working on pottery right here. The hearth actually uses wood too, which is neat. I like, is C a good programming language? First response from chat, no, naturally. Although I think you could almost say that about every programming language. There you go, now they have a spot to wash their hands. Should also give them some lanterns out here, I think. But first, let's worry about this. I just gotta finish building it. I started with HTML3, 2, and some PHP when I started learning programming. I was like, I hate this. And then I started learning Python. I was like, I really hate this. And then I started learning Java, and I was like, I really hate this. And then I started learning C++, and I was like, I don't want to do any more of this. And then I stopped, and I've never gone back to it. And the best part is, allegedly, the guy who was teaching my class is like very good, and a lot of his students like went to university and like got jobs in comp sci. So like, it was me. It wasn't the teacher either. You know, it's funny. I feel like programming languages are kind of like operating systems. I never hear anybody say anything good about any programming language. Every programming language is terrible for its own unique reasons, is my kind of like understanding of people's description of programming. It's like every programming language is awful, just like every operating system is awful. And every piece of video editing software is awful. They're just awful for their own unique reasons. And if you're willing to work within the confines of why that one is awful, then you're good to go. And you've found one that works. But Miracle Gus is probably correct that it just depends on what you want to do. State? Assuming I live in a state. So what about enemies of the province? Okay, so they're planting the cotton farm now. So getting that fruit farm planted. Let's harvest all edibles again, because I feel like I need to be doing that. Fortunate thing about this map is all of these little squares that lit up when I click that button are edible substances that are just on the surface that we can just harvest, so. Like, you don't have to worry as much about farming initially, because you can just kind of live off the land. Except for this developer, allegedly, who is programming in Java. No, I know. I know, Mr. Anderson. Don't mind me too much. I will often say things that I mean just kind of as a random anecdote or joke that it's not that I don't intend them, it's just they're intended to be an anecdote, not really something to be like thought about much harder than that. And I'll have you know that I live in a cul-de-sac of a nation, not a subdivision of a nation. Because to me, that's humor, which isn't funny. It's just like I refuse to play Ubisoft's Division because I'm waiting for multiplication. Although I would employ I would encourage you to never actually play anything that Ubisoft puts out, because they are they seem to think that there's like a cheetah. I think that's basically like a cougar. Yeah, it looks like a giant cat. I would also state that you should probably just not play Ubisoft games because they just put out an announcement about their NFT strategy. Unless, like, you know, you're into NFTs, in which case, makes you smile. Then I'm doing something wrong because I'm supposed to make you go, boo, you suck. And then you throw tomatoes at me. And then I go, yay, tomatoes, delicious. And I eat them and I walk away. Unless they're rotten tomatoes, in which case, you're dead, bro? I'm alive, bro. If you're dead, bro, then how the fuck are you typing, bro? I'm not funny. Why am I talking? Streamer, shut up. Play a video game. Got it. Working on it. Sip your coffee. It's a Ouija keyboard? Oh my god! Could you imagine? Hold on. I need to look up and see if that exists for science. Ouija keyboard. Yep, they make them. They exist. Somebody made a keyboard Ouija board. Can I just say that this image is very funny to me? Have a peek at this image. This is a Getty image. I don't know why that's so fucking funny to me. But there's something about this that's very funny to me. That is how you program in Python, chat. Very accurate image on how to program in Python. Let's bump up to 36 peoples. I mean, one of my favorite videos on the internet, Mr. Anderson, is Trust Me, I'm an Engineer. If you've never seen it, I recommend you look it up. Just go to YouTube and type in Trust Me, I'm an Engineer, and it's a music video. It's very funny. Carol Cat, what up? How thing do be? Hope thing do be good. See, I'm much more of a gray space programming language kind of person, Aquasar. You know, honestly, the only programming language that I ever actually enjoyed using, which isn't really a programming language, it's actually just a GUI interface for kind of a C equivalent programming language, was the Lego Mindstorms visual suite. I very much enjoyed using that. That was nice. That was a very pleasant experience. Enjoyable, fun, entertaining. I need to sneeze. I was able to mute my microphone before I sneezed, so you didn't hear me sneeze. You just got yourself Caves of Cud? That game's wonderful. Wonderful. How many times have you died? That's the best achievement, is welcome to Cud. Die. Thank you, Zeta. My favorite addition to this game so far that I've found since the last time I played it is when it saves, a saving icon appears in the center of the screen, and then the game continues playing. Instead of the whole screen going black for 2 seconds, and then a tiny saving icon appearing in the center of the screen, and then the screen going back, like, it doesn't take you out of the game anymore. It's so nice. So nice. And more of you, and we'll bring in one more. We need more space for them to sleep. That's why crime is climbing. Lily. Where is furniture? I think that you can just make, like, a stockpile, can't you? We should make a lavatory. Latrines and basins. It's the big old poop factory. Remember how earlier I was saying that you don't actually have to build individual buildings for everything and you can just put it all inside of one giant building? Like, just build a massive fucking castle? You do that by building a large room and then selecting all these different rooms and then just be like, okay, let's place a latrine in this room like this. That's how you would do that. Which is kind of neat. I feel like I should make this toilet bigger. The room for it bigger. And before the biggest building in this city ends up being the toilets. Being poetic. Actually, you know what? Let's make the latrine smaller with that, because I don't actually need that many toilets, and I know for a fact I don't actually need that many toilets. Better I could, like, crank you all the way up to maximum size. Do it like that. And just do basins. I also realized that there's hotkeys for this that I'm not using. See what you are if you are one bigger. Oh, we'll do that. That'll work. It's gonna be our toilets. Once they build it, of course. We now have clay. But we need clay. So no storage for clay produce. So I gotta... There we go. So this should work now. No storage for pottery, and we need clay. Okay, so I need storage for pottery, so... Let's find the thing. But we need clay. So how do I get clay? How do I acquire clay in this video game? Or mine clay pit. Let's basically just dig a pit. Dig a hole somewhere. All right. Let's go up here. I'll get caught up on chat in a second, chat. I don't really need that many workers here, I don't think. This room must be partially placed clay deposits. It's clay deposits? Oh no, those are Harvest Wild edible. I thought that those were clay deposits because I was misunderstanding how the UI works. All right, let's find us a clay deposit because I know for a fact that there's clay deposits on this map. It's a matter of finding them. It's wild grain. Rock. Whoa! That is a stone deposit. Sure what that was. That's food that's growing. What's this? The wild grain deposit that I looked at earlier. I mean, the term engineer means so many different things now, too. It's like... Hey, it's snowing. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from, Mr. Anderson. I'm just kind of being me and just joking about everything, because that's what I do. Where are we going? Legit just trying to find clay right now. Might be clay. Is that clay? Yeah, that's clay. Okay, so now I know what clay deposits look like. Clay deposit even remotely close by. Up there. Clay deposit. All right, so this is all clay up here. Okay, so I need to kind of get a clay deposit all the way the hell out here. Slot key for that again. Left control plus mouse wheel. very low efficiency. Let's increase the storage in this. Probably because of how big these are. It's fine. You know what? We'll just... do not need that much. Currently, anyway. That'll do just fine. So now they will take the very long walk all the way up there and go start building that. Even an end... He isn't even... Your dad worked at an old Mercedes-Benz as a car engine, but got cut himself in the middle... Cutting himself in the middle of the road, and he used your mom's nylon long socks to the substitute for it. Huh. You design the internals of graphics chips, but you don't actually play games much. I mean, why do you need to play games? You play the coolest game, designing chips. You know, it's funny because like games emulate reality, right? But if you can make your reality more interesting than video games, who needs video games? Like, let's be honest about this. It's like Pilot Guy in chat, right? Pilot Guy flies planes. Why do you need to do anything else? Like, you already have the coolest job in the world. We play games to emulate other parts of reality that we can't actively access, right? I love driving games because I can't legally drive because my eyes suck, right? So, because my eyes suck and I can't legally drive, I play games where I drive. I really like Forza. I like truck simulators. I play games because they emulate a portion of reality that I can't access. I play Hunter Call of the Wild because I like hiking, and I like hiking with a certain friend of mine. And because I don't drive, it's difficult for us to go hiking sometimes. So because our hikes are very few and far between, we play Hunter Call of the Wild roughly once a week or so, because it fills in that need without us actually having to do things that we can't do on a regular basis. I need to harvest some of that stuff that's down here. So we can get some of those grains growing right there. So we are eating way more food than we are producing. So we need to produce more food. Let's build more gardens, shall we? Agriculture, farms. Let's do a big ass. Let's do a much bigger fruit garden. All the way, kind of. Do 20 by 20. And let's queue up another smaller one down here. 12 by 10. And I like how I canceled them both instead of clicking the go button. Area must be connected. Oh, so I can't queue them both up like that. So I get to do them separately. That's fine. And boop. So I got one down there and one up there. Oh, I intentionally live in a place where I don't have to drive a car, right? I live in a city, and I live walking distance from a train. I'm walking distance from my grocery store. I'm walking distance from my hospital. I'm walking distance from my doctor. Like, I live in a place where I don't need to drive. I like going hiking. I like going out to the forests sometimes. During normal times, like not during pandemics, there are multiple shuttle buses that will take you to the local mountains here because we have like Seymour is really close by. Golden Ears is really close by. Grouse Mountain is really close by. These are all very popular hiking spots, right? But in order to get there, to get to them during the pandemic, I need a car because I can't do that 40-minute drive from the public transit that's accessible out there very easily, unless I want to get on a train for 3.5 hours instead of the 40-minute direct bus line because those are all school buses. They're all shuttle buses that cost $10, right? To get out to those mountains. And I love hiking. And I don't get to do that. I haven't gotten to do that as much recently because I've been too busy, or I've been unable to because all of those shuttles shut down due to the pandemic. So I also live somewhere where I don't need to drive intentionally because I can't. And I have no desire to drive, but I also like to go hiking sometimes, which is why I play games that emulate forests. Like, I live somewhere that has incredible public transit. But the public transit takes a while to get to the mountains from where I live. Which I wish I could access easier. But I can't. I could build like a pathway along here for them to go back and forth between those easier. Yo, this is our clay pit. We need so that we can make food. There we go. We actually have some meats now. That's good. Not much meats, but we do have some. So I think that you completely misread what I was trying to say. It will be. That's okay. Toilets are also getting done slowly while we make furniture. Also need to make bigger bedrooms soon and more of them. You know, it's funny. A lot of people were playing Timberborn. To me, this is a much more interesting game than Timberborn, even though it doesn't have the multiple levels like Timberborn does. Just because of the way this game does management, it doesn't feel restrictive in any way. It just kind of lets you build and make mistakes and fuck things up, and I really enjoy that. I really, really enjoy that. I really wish more city builders like this would kind of just let you build stuff. Jack, can I get a round of beers? If you're listening to the stream right now, just type in the word beer. Let's see how many beers we can get. Just curious how many people are listening currently. There's actually like a pathway there. I should build a road there so I don't forget. Dirt road. Like, they're already using it, but we can speed this up significantly if we just do this. Oop. Here's chat. There's actually a lot of you here today. Nice. Love a turnout. Good day. So when you're actually in this screen, you see those black lines. Those are the routes that they're taking. You can actually, like, plan out how you're going to construct things based on the routes that they take, where they're headed. Little tiny green dots are people. Well, you were implying that I wasn't happy, right? It would be. Because what you said was this. I'm happy that I live in a place where I don't have to drive a car. Trust me, driving sucks. But I completely understand your reasoning. You're implying that I wish that I could drive. I don't wish that I could drive. I just wish that those shuttles were running. That's the part that you're misunderstanding. That I'm trying to make clear. I'm not envious of people who could drive. But it is the reason that, because I can't drive is why I play certain games. Because it's an experience that I only get. So I think you did misunderstand me. We've had new emotes for a little bit, actually. Aqua. We've had quite a few. Oh, am I building the wrong type of road? I certainly am. We are building dire roads, which I would like to stop. Cancel that. Because those are roads that oppress the masses. I would like to build dirt road. Dire roads. That's all good. Also, please note that that emote, that little smiley face that Twitch has, is like the equivalent of staring into your soul with a demon. It's a horrific emote. Horrendous to look at. So you might also often get the wrong impression if you overuse that emote. People might get the wrong impression from what you're trying to say. There we go. Not use the roads that press people. They're very important in the later game, but not very important right now. Right now we just need quicker movements. Oh, I am also quick to hate on cars, which is why I like them in video games. Although, ironically, I watch F1, but that's for the sport of it and the tech side of it. I just don't want to give you the impression that I wish that I could drive, because I don't. Certainly do not. We're also going to need cleaners pretty quick. Toilets are functioning now. Excellent. How's the clay pit coming? Need metal to make the clay pit work. Means I need a refinery, which means I need that, I need that, I need that, and that, and that, and that, and that. There's always a game where it's like, hey, you want to build this? Yeah, you need 4 other things so you can build that. Mines or mine. There's a bunch of ore right there, so I could build a mine up here. Charcoalator? Is that actually a word? Isn't that... Chad, is charcoalator a word? I don't think that's a word. I'm going to assume that that is not a word. All right, let's mine some ore. So does the auxiliary cost metal? That's what I'm wondering. Yes. Okay, so if I don't build the auxiliary, it'll work. Same with you. If I don't build the auxiliary, I can just finish it and we can work it. It'll be less efficient, but it'll work while we start up that ore mine up top. Hell no, that's what I thought. Like, I mean, in Dwarf Fortress, they're wood burners. And in every other game I've ever seen, it's like, it's a wood burner where you make charcoal, or like a furnace where you burn wood to make charcoal. Never seen the word charcoalator. Charcoalator? Charcoalator. I'm here to charcoal now. Lando or George? Neither, really. I don't generally cheer for specific, like, drivers. Not usually, anyway. Because I think Lando's a bit of a tit, and George seems, I don't know. Maybe it's a mistranslation. I know that the developer's not a native English speaker, but he seems to speak English quite well. He's from Sweden, I think. Like, at least in his dev update videos, he talks quite clearly. Can I just say that I love the way this game looks? Like, I adore this game's visuals. It is beautiful. Like, it doesn't look the way that games should look these days. Uh-oh, we got no storage for leather or cotton. All right, it's time to clone a building. Copy. Copy. There we go, that's the button I wanted. So now they can just build another one. And also build more housing, which I think I might actually just use the room copier for as well. One, two. Oop. You'll stop the soul staring. It's appreciated. This emote that Twitch has is fine, which is like that. It's the default that one that's annoying. If you look at it long enough, it just starts to look like it's staring into your soul, and it's kind of terrible. Some more people. We're also bringing in more beds. These are just like temporary sleep spots. They're not like owned housing or anything. I can build owned housing, but we haven't gotten to that point yet. Hey, we got a bunch of fruit. Need that to actually go into storage. Need to finish this. Okay, so this is 100% cleared. They just need to construct it. That's all that we're waiting for. I mean, I have a life hack for you. Aqua, your toaster takes about 1.5 minutes. Set a 1.5 minute timer with Alexa, and then go downstairs. And then Alexa will notify you. You don't need it on your watch. Alexa already tells you. Come on, please. Alexa, set timer for 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'm sorry to everybody who I just triggered the Alexa for. But if I did, you own an Alexa. Game's paused. Which I should unpause. Were the enemies in the game? In this game? I don't know. I've never seen them. The last time I played this game, it didn't have combat, so we'll see. I haven't played this game in since April. And back in April, it had no enemies, so I don't know. Good question. Maybe it'll find out, I hope. A little pathway through that. Have I played Star Sector? Back when it was called Starfarer. I bought it when Total Biscuit, may have heard of him, made a video about it. A very, 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 very long time ago. And then I kind of forgot it existed. And I've kind of never really been interested in going back to it, to be honest. At some point I will, probably. It's on the to-do list, but the to-do list is very, very long, including games like NetHack. So, yeah, I don't know when I'll actually get to that stuff. One day. One day, I'm sure. I don't think I actually made doors on this side. Oh, I kind of suck. This is what I actually want them to get done, so I should probably just wait for them to work on. Actually, you know what we might need to do? I might need to chop down more trees. Sorry to the forest protectors, but I need to down the forests for industry. But why do you ask about Star Sector? Out of curiosity. Did it get an update recently? Star Sector is probably a game that I will dive back into once it gets... I don't want to say a more mainstream release. My annoyance with Star Sector is every time I've even remotely read into it, the community for that game seems egotistical and kind of insufferable. It's kind of intimidating for that reason. Like, I'm genuinely a little... It's kind of for the same reason I'm genuinely intimidated by Battle Brothers. It's like... Yeah, I play Dwarf Fortress and Caves of Cud and other games that are super deep and crazy, but, like... I already play those games, so, like, my brain only has so much space, and people kind of expect me to be good at games. Ironically, your phone can already do that. Like, there's definitely, like, keychains that you can buy that have GPS tracking in them if that's how you want to live your life. I always put my keys in the exact same place in the exact same drawer. So the only time I ever actually have that problem is if I was like really drunk the night before. And for some reason don't remember, but this game is so zen. Jesus. You stumbled upon a I love this train of thought, Omega Zeta. Honestly, I just stumbled upon a picture of a blue lobster. It reminded me of the lobsters in Star Sector. And then I downloaded it again and started playing. Yeah. The game, it needs a better endgame. I mean, like, that's a game about, like, it's kind of like Battletech, where you gotta catch them all, except you gotta collect them all, you gotta get all the ships, right? That's how that game works, right? That's all that game is. You gotta get all the ships, you gotta build the coolest fleet. All about building cool fleets. And then, like, you know, kind of it's kind of neat, but I don't know. Hello, Nutblup. Fun name to say. I like fun names to say. Another person from the Netherlands, if I'm not mistaken. I could be incorrect. Sorry if I'm off base there. I remember previous conversations better than human beings should. Star Sector is a game you struggle with. You have no idea what you're doing at all. Yeah, I get that impression from it. Like I said, I'm intimidated. I say. But then again, you know, we all have our limits. We all have our things we find intimidating. That just happens to be one for me that I find intimidating. All right, so we are still consuming more food than we are outputting. I should probably get some pastures up and running. Which I'm going to do over here. I have no idea how big these need to be, so I'm just going to make it kind of large. I'm assuming it's just a fence. Yes, and it just takes wood, so that's cheap. Cheap and easy. I don't actually want to cover it on that way, though. Must be placed at the edge of the room and be reachable. What? How the heck does that work? Must be placed inside the designated area. You must expand the area before you can place items. Okay, so I guess the area isn't big enough then. None of these mechanics were in the game the last time I tried, so. Yeah, I don't know how that works. So it claims I can place it here. Chat, what am I doing wrong? Anybody know how to do this? Because I have no idea how this is supposed to work. Must be placed at the edge of the room and be reachable. Am I supposed to build like a room inside of it? Yeah, I don't know. Inefficient gate items. Place more gate items inside to continue. I'm trying to figure out how to make the gate, but it doesn't like make sense how or where I'm supposed to place it. Am I supposed to like make a little square for it at the edge? That? Is that how that's supposed to work? Nope. I don't understand how this gate's supposed to work. Must be placed at the edge of the room and be reachable. Okay. Guess that works. I kind of... Okay. Oh, is that going to collide with the trees? Is that what the issue is? Huh. I mean, they'll all get chopped down. I didn't... Okay. That's odd. Is the arrow supposed to be going out, or is this like... Is it like an in-gate, out-gate situation? So you need a gate going in and a gate going out? Or does it not matter? Yeah, it seems to be. You only get one gate? Okay, cool. I have no idea how animal husbandry works in this game because none of that was in the game the last time I played, so zero clue how that shit works. But apparently that can have 8 animals in it and only takes 100 wood, so that's actually pretty cheap. And you honestly don't remember now? It's fair enough. I mean, thanks for the assistance. Some of the things in this game can be like almost needlessly obtuse. A few spots. Speaking of, we should bring some more people in. Need some more hands. New level has been bestowed upon your name. Click the throne for more info. We are now a leader. Meaning now I can make flat houses, canteens, and taverns. That's good. I don't have any of the materials to make any of that shit, but I can make it now, so that's good. But assistance is appreciated, chat. And I'm glad that you like my little town. Nuplup. Do you play this game? Actually, out of chat, who here plays this game? And who here is seeing it for the first time? That was a neat little statistic for me. So I can know who to yell at if I need help. It's definitely what I'm asking for. I don't know why, but I always find town builders and like city builders to not be even remotely intimidating. Just because I'm used to this style of game. But this game, like, does things weird enough in enough spots that I'm like, I'm sorry, what the fuck? Half the time. On another play this week? Well, I guess I'm, like, perfect timing then. Now, aren't I? But you never played it, probably won't. Yeah, the last time you saw it was the last time I played it. Which was admittedly a pretty different game, because this game has a tendency to just kind of change weirdly rapidly. Very rapidly. How's this current year doing for food? Getting a little better. Every year we get a little better for food, but we're also like consuming way more every year, so. Need another one of these. Although, right, I have no storage for nether, which I need to do there. Probably need to gather more stone. Although I've got lots of stone just like lying around everywhere, so kind of just a matter of them building it. Love the way these little fences look. They look really nice. Nuplup, one thing I'll say is, and to anybody else who's like looking to buy this game potentially, it has a demo. The demo is like this game from 1.5 years ago. But it has a demo, so I recommend you try the demo. Because if there's a demo available for a video game, you should use it. Even though it is admittedly very behind what this game is, it'll give you a pretty good idea of like what to expect from the game and how it plays, even though it is a much earlier version of the game. So I would recommend you do try the demo if you have that as an opportunity. Little animations in the Hunter's Lodge. Yes, there is lots of you. This is stone. That is you, stone. We don't have a seashore's wall, unfortunately, because I didn't settle on the ocean. If I check the world map, we're over here. The ocean's over here. God, this world map makes me so curious to see where this game goes in the long term. Yeah, no, this game is just kind of like I guess King Under the Mountain and Odd Realm for me, where I just check in every 6 months and just kind of see what's changed, or whenever there's a major update for Odd Realm in that case, just kind of see what's changed, see what's new, see how the game's evolved. What are you doing? Cadaver. Assuming that's like a dead animal. This guy just like carrying this, just dragging a bird, I guess. Splurt. Interesting. I may have told them to chop down too many trees. Slight possibility, but I think I'm going to need to fix the fertility in these areas. These aren't that fertile. Going to need to bring up more water. Yeah, no, I've done that previously, but this is a very heavily forested area, so I'm gonna need to clear cut this area anyway, so I'm kind of just not worrying about it for right now, but yeah, I will do that. I will need to get to that. These icons, I really wish it would just like write what it is, but these icons are small. Leather, I need some leather. Oh. Not all of that leather storage. I need some leather storage. What was the other thing that we don't have? Cotton. Cotton, cotton, cotton. What's the cotton icon look like? That weird little doohickey. This thing, little doohickey? Yeah. Cotton storage in that. So put a little bit of clay storage in there. And for right now, that'll do. I'm also going to need to build delivery stuff. I never did figure out how trading worked in this game because the crashing issue I had previously were too intensive. We're up to 69 population. Nice. Actual 15k versus 15k battles. Yeah, no, I know. I just, when people ask me questions about what's the end game like in a game, and I don't actually have an answer for you, I'm just not going to give you an answer because I'd rather make it clear that I don't know versus, just making shit up potentially. But I know that there are battles. I know that they look kind of crazy. Do I actually know what they are like? Nope. I will make this road wider in the future. We will eventually road all that up. I think this is going to end up being like the outer city. And then maybe either like on the other side of this down here. Or like somewhere further up inland up here, we'll end up making a walled castle. Maybe up over by the mountain. End up making a walled castle. When I was watching my teammate Evil Trick play this, he at one point had, I want to say it was about 40,000 people? So, like his little number up there just said 40k, and he had like half of the map cityified, so yeah, you can do some crazy shit. But that was also, I think, before combat was in the game, so. It is good to be back to this game, though. That's a bizarre email I just got. It's from TransLink, which is our transit service here, and they're just like, TransLink adds reindeer shuttle to Fairground Fantasy World. That's a sentence. All right. I guess so. Yeah, they add reindeer shuttle. Exactly. It's like I have to like read it twice to like comprehend what they're trying to tell me. Is there like a priorities thing in this game anywhere? Or am I just a complete idiot? I would love this to get done faster at any cost, because this is kind of the thing I really want finished. But I can't assign employees until it's done. Do these guys like mining? Don't care much for farming and excel at mining and enjoy refinement and sturdy battle. Okay, you know, we'll bring in more of these dwarfy dudes, these Dundorians. Reindeer to Space, sponsored by Elon Musk. I would watch that live stream. That gate looks cool. Okay, cool. Inefficient workers allocated missing what? Okay, so we're missing some livestock, but I do have some livestock. Auto employ, I guess? Do that. I feel like I should just turn on auto employ on everything. I can have up to 63. Well, there's currently only 2 in there. Well, that's fine. It just means we're future-proofed. I feel like I should make some more fire pits. Let's also, can I cancel jobs? I love just the clear all button. There we go. Let's cancel all this for right now. Those roads done and get them working on this. It's just like one of the few things I did genuinely get a lot of enjoyment out of when I was younger. Was the kind of fake "Where's Santa at in the world" tracker that would happen on the internet. One of my favorite kind of early memories of the internet was like, first it was email updates about where Santa was at in the world. And then it was like an active satellite imagery of the Earth with like this little 3D model of Santa like slowly moving around like where he was in the world. It's like, okay, oh my God, he's in New York kind of shit. Got way too much entertainment out of that when I was younger. Looks like they are finally starting to build this. Yay! Building roads out to a thing helped it get built quicker. Ew. Looks like they are also out here working on this. Cool, cool, cool. Build us the clay pit. How are we doing? Wait, what? Everybody say hello to Wait, what? You're having a good day. Looks interesting. It has a demo if you would like to try it. Although keep in mind the demo is about a year behind in development, if I remember. If my estimations are correct. Oh my God, I guess all the other jobs finally finished. Everybody just suddenly showed up and finished it. Jesus. Let's bring in 3 more of these guys. You. Okay, we are finally producing more food than we are consuming. That's good. We also got that grain farm up and running, making us grain. Now that this is done, it's 33 employees. That is producing a lot of noise, but it is, in fact, generating us clay. Oh, nice. Two livestock in there. Well. Yeah, no, this is a really interesting game because it can be played extremely slowly, but you can also play it rather quick. At high speeds, it's kind of like almost like a factory game. On slow speeds, it's a super zen little town builder. You have to leave now. We'll see you when we see you, Zeta. Thanks for hanging out. If you feel so inclined, chat, you can say goodbye to Zeta. Kept messing that up until you realize the dev is simulating the noise. This is one of those games where it's like, all of the numbers are important. So at the very least, glance at them, because you need to know that they exist at the very least, even if you then choose to ignore them. Religion, graves. Excellent. That is accurate. I'm still pretty low. Metal. Weaver. Takes cotton and makes cloth. Let's do that. I'll put a weaver in here. What? I'm gonna say, why'd you not give me your walls? Actually, let's do this without walls. There we go, and do it that way. So that they'll just get doors in and out here. Can do doors there and there. Maybe one there too. Alright, so you are looms. Those do take metals. Not a lot, but they do take metal. We're not going to get this done for a while. But I can, at the very least, build the basics of it. Off to another meeting. Cheers, man. Be here when you get back? Most likely. Something very strange happens. But in order to get that done, we're going to need this to get done. But currently this is taking up way too many employees. So we're going to crank this down to 10. Eventually we'll get more employees. We'll leave you on auto-employ because I need this to have one worker. But first they all need to get back. So now one worker is employed, meaning you're going to actually start making pottery, meaning eventually we'll get that eatery done. What's the goal? Build a town and don't die, and then eventually don't die when other people try and kill you because your town got too big. Thanks for saying goodbye, Aqua. And Athros as well. Wait, what? Because like this is your map, right? This is like my town so far, and if I zoom out, those squares are different resources on the map, and as I zoom out more, you'll see the rest of the map, and that's the whole map, right? But then scream in, and then I click this. That is us right there on the edge of that mountain. That's the world map. And as you can see, things are moving around. Things are happening. So this is why I keep coming back to this game. If you go look at the trailer, you'll see... well, actually, let's just jump back down to town. Right now, you'll see we're at 77 people, right? We're just getting started. If you watch the trailer for this game, you want to see like 20,000 people versus 20,000 people in a giant battle in giant box formations, and you can control the shapes and sizes of the formations and things. That's kind of where this game goes. So it's what you call ambitious. Build another hearth. Build 2 more, actually. Maybe not right next to the poop. Maybe like quite there, but like I'm down on this corner. Yeah, this game is all about scale. But for me, it's kind of like in the same vein of Odd Realm and I guess now King Under the Mountain, where it's an interesting game that I will play from time to time when it gets updates. Or when I think I need to play a new thing. Like watching an ant farm? Yep, like most of the games I like playing. Outside of the roguelikes, that is. They're all just chilling and having leisure time. Plotting how they're going to, like, take me out of power. Yeah, I have no idea how the combat ends up looking in this game. It's just about building a cool little town for me right now. We'll see when we get to the combat stuff. Because the combat wasn't in the game when I last played, so... I mean, considering the size of the farms, it very much is like watching a farm. Although we are finally actually producing more food than we are consuming, which is a first for this. Val Taylor. Oh, man, let's make a leather tailor. That's the other thing that we can do. And that's the other thing that we needed, the leather tailor. That doesn't take any metal, so let's do that. Okay, so that's the size that it needs to be for the efficiency to be at 100. Place some doors. Let's go. So I can bring in more people over on this side, so as they become available, I can bring in more of them. They do have individual happiness, but their needs are more or less the same from person to person. It's like, not starving. That's good. Starving. False. And the population, or the race's population's general happiness is this green bar here. kind of have to keep an eye on it and make sure that it doesn't fall or doesn't climb. It's a neat game. It is neat. Also, yeah, I completely agree about the animations and graphics. I think that this game is visually gorgeous. Like, I can't exaggerate it enough. Like, I don't know. I have like a soft spot for, like, I've said this, I've used this example a couple times. I can't remember who originally said it, but I like games that don't look like they're made to be sold. I like games that look like the developer wanted to make them. Those are my favorite kinds of games. And this is very much in that vein. Like, this doesn't feel like a game that was designed to be sold. This feels like a game that was made that the developer wanted to make. Kind of bothers me I can't make the fire pits bigger. I just want to make a bigger fire pit. Okay, just let me make a giant fire pit. I want a bonfire pit, not a fire pit. Let's just crank up the people working in that. God, you can store so much stuff in these. It's actually kind of ridiculous. The workers are fairly generic, but they do have individual names that are tracked. Like, this is Fernanda Landon, who I don't know if I can rename. You can favorite them, I guess, and you can write, and the traits section is currently empty. They do have individual needs and desires. Like, this person wants their own chambers. They want more hearths. They want a cantina. They want an eatery. They want flat houses. Like, they have needs and desires, but they're the same from person to person. So they are fairly generic, but they do have their own unique names, and the names are tracked. And they do, like, die of old age and stuff. Oh, one person left. That's fine. Oh, never mind. Didn't leave. We got a death. All right, so we have our first death, which means it's time to go to the religion section to make a graveyard. Let's make a graveyard instead of mass graves. Mass graves are a little dark. Yeah, no, this game is very much like macro oriented though. So like you'll spend a lot more time macro building large things and guess I could place them. Should I be to anybody who's played this, should I be placing graves close to home or far away from home? Never know in games like this. Mm-hmm. Let's just expand the size of this a little bit. I know I'm going to need them. Oh, cool. I can place flowers in between them. Neat. Nice touch. We'll put a tree there. Done. That's going to be our graveyard. Once you get those giant battles, I have a feeling, yeah. I have a feeling. You know what this game feels like to me? Like it's not perfect, right? So like don't like make me don't think that I'm saying that this game is like some big old masterpiece or anything, but like this game feels kind of like the way I want Stronghold to feel. It's the way I want Stronghold to feel. Stronghold is like hasn't felt like Stronghold since Stronghold 2 to me. Like the old Stronghold games felt like Stronghold, and since then they haven't felt like Stronghold. This feels like Stronghold. The way I want Stronghold. But like right down to like if I zoom right in, let's check in out this person. Endodolian Dragonborn. These are like all of their properties. I don't know how unique this is to them. Or whether it's just unique to their race. This place is pretty noisy. So maybe that could make them become more criminal if it gets too noisy. So then like you need to, make a... Oh, this place is very dirty. Like if I hold down the right mouse button, I'm pretty sure that's just dirt, isn't it? Maybe that's noise? I actually don't know what those red dots mean. Chat, what do the red dots mean? Does it mean that I need to clean stuff up? I know that they want me to make a janitor's place, which I should probably make, but... Should also make flat houses. Nothing. Harmony 20%, law 0. But it's like everywhere. I think it's like maybe something's dirty. It's all over the place. Maybe it's noise? I don't know. It is the main road, yeah. So yeah, I guess that's what we should do next. Let's make cleaner. I want to say that that's under civics and something. Maybe not. Clay pit, stone mine. Metal smelter, weaver, bakery, crafting, tailor, ration manager. Or ration maker? We should make a ration maker. Costs wooden pots. Takes all of the foodstuffs. That's wise. Maybe we should do that. Now I can't find like the janitor. But I've definitely found it before. Also, there's fisheries. Which maybe we should be making. Oh, there it is, janitor. I'm pretty sure it's just like a bunch of stored tools outside. It's a little building. A little open building, and they store a bunch of tools in there, I think. Oh, this is probably where everybody's at. Let's just lower you down to like 10 workers. Realize that that's nowhere near enough, but I need less of them to be working up there. If I have too many of them working up there, then nothing down here is ever going to get done, and all my farms are going to have problems. Well, we are producing tons of food now. That's what we need. It means I probably have just like too many people farming. Yeah, I need this done. That's what we need done. Also, I think I canceled those roads down on the bottom. I can finish those. I think I canceled those when I did the mass cancel of, like, everything that I had constructing. Excellent. We've made one clay pot. It's kind of funny. Official. We've made a single clay pot. Like, this is a very small and mostly unfinished little town area, but it's kind of actually bonkers just how much storage and shit I have in here. So these take linens or fabric, which I have nothing yet, so I shouldn't even start building those. These, I can build another one, though. Rather, I can build a bigger flat house. I think I'm going to do back here. Let's build the most beds that I can fit in here. This will keep everybody housed. Knickknacks are like places for them to store their stuff, essentially. If I understand it correctly. It'll be right next to the janitor spot. There will be a little janitor right there. Oop. And that'll keep everybody who doesn't have a bed right now sleeping. A sleeping spot. It'll get done pretty quick. Looks like we are working on the graves. They just need to actually construct it, which is good. Knick-knack storage? Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's just odd wording. But once again, it's like, as with many things in this game, it's just like, well, that's odd wording. It's probably just like, you know, due to not English speaker. Oh, hey, look at this. I think that answers our question. The red stuff is disappearing. So those little dudes are running around and cleaning up the reds. Okay, so it was indeed dirt. Things was dirties. You're going to bed? You have a good night, cutest. Also, cutest, Friday, after hours. Jess's channel. That is a lot of tickets you just invested. Are you just going to invest and peace out and see if you won in the morning? Chat, can I get some investments to tack on with Cutest's big all-in? Have a good night, Cutest. Cheers.
My chicken's doing a thing again.
Is it? Your chicken's doing a thing again? I don't even think there's chickens in this game.
Not anymore.
Hey, we have 4 animals in our pasture now. So I literally just need them to get up here and build it. You're watching too much? You only just started, though. Like, look, you've only been here for a couple of days. How could you be watching too much? Chat, I have a question for you. Is Mark watching the stream too much? Or does Mark need to watch the stream more? Also, as always, it's good to see you, Vin. Hope you've been well. It's been like 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? As long as you're like not just staring at my stream intently and not doing anything else, Like, I watched a stream technically for probably about 7 hours last night after I ended stream. Because that's about how long I was awake. But it was just like on my phone in the background the entire time. Was I staring at it intently the whole time? No. But it was definitely there. And I was definitely paying attention to it. All right, so that'll be done in like 4 years. Got it. We need to crank up the employees up here. And, uh-oh, what did I just do? All right, I figured out that this game is fake full screen, not real full screen. Noted. Don't click on the edge of the screen. Those wild grains. I might build another housing thing like over here. I mean, you want to see how many hours I have? Yep, with a demo. Fonda. I streamed this back in April for a little bit, but I had some technical issues with it back then, which have since been fixed. I'm finally getting back. Man, the bot just like took 35,000 tickets from Cutest Ghost and ran. Damn. Damn. Slaver. Slaver has arrived and is offering his goods. Would you like to purchase a sale? I don't know how money works. Oh, I have 1,300 money, allegedly. People are expensive. That's my take on that. Not currently, because I don't really have much money. That's my money, I think. Goods and trade. Only invest what you're willing to lose, just like real life. That's not what I wanted to select. Can I not auto-employ up here? You accidentally killed a friendly wanderer? Well, rip. Beetlebum wins today. Can't win them all. Man, plus 16. New level has been bestowed. We have to check the throne to see what level we have obtained. We can now get a sheriff. We are now a sheriff instead of just a leader, because our total population is over 100. Next one's at 200. The final unlock is 12,000, which is Emperor. And that's probably because we're about to finish this housing. These two poor dudes. They're just working full-time. I think that it's time for us to demolish this building and make it bigger. Or just make it bigger. One of the two. But what I'm going to do... yes. Warning. All rooms will be lost and employees will be fired. Yeah. Just like real life. Area must be connected. Do I have to knock down those walls manually? Okay. How do I demolish? I guess maybe I just, you know what, let's make a new one over here and then I know how to knock buildings down. Enrico, I'm doing well. How are you, dude? What's up? Good to see you. Carpenter. Time for us to make a bigger carpenter, which is why I'm doing this. I can hear pooping from here. This is unpleasant. Game, why do you have to be this way? You've paid close attention to the sounds at night in this game, you can just hear pooping. Because that's how toilets work in this game. Why the developer felt the need to give the game realistic pooping sounds, I don't know, but they did, so it's the life that we get to live in. All right, that's going to be our upgraded carpenter. There's pooping sounds in this game? Here, I'll prove it.